Late this afternoon, police delivered more details on the gunman's 13-hour rampage through multiple rural communities that left 22 people dead. The CBC's Preston Mulligan was following that press conference. He joins us now from Halifax. Hi, Preston. What can you tell us about the latest information from the RCMP on their investigation?
Good evening, Vashi. Well, one of the things that stuck out the most was that RCMP were able to fill in a real gaping hole in the timeline of this sequence of events that began Saturday night, late Saturday night around the 10:30. We know the police arrived on the scene at 10:26 and they began searching for a suspect, but they couldn't find him. And the question remained all week long, where was the gunman from about 10:30 Saturday night until the next morning, Sunday morning at after the 6 a.m. when the shootings began again. So police were able to tell us that through the aid of some surveillance video that they know that he evaded police in the Portapique area by driving his car basically through a field. I'm not sure what that field looked like, whether it was maybe a farm lane that had been worn down or what it was, but he drove through a field, managed to drive 26 kilometers out of the Portapique area and into Debert. And it was in Debert that he spent the night. He was on the move again at 5:45 the next morning, and police are asking anyone who may have seen anything around that time to get in touch with them.
I gather, Preston, they were able to get some of that new information from some of the witnesses they interviewed. They kind of did a recounting of how many witnesses they talked to. What did they say about that?
Yeah, this speaks to the complexity of this investigation, the enormity of it. There are 435 witnesses. 435 witnesses in this investigation, half of whom have already been interviewed. Some of the key witnesses, of course, are his common law partner who lived next door. She came forward at 6:30 in the morning after hiding in the woods all morning, Saturday, Sunday, and became a key witness. One of the other, at least two other witnesses are relatives of the gunman who we now know after the briefing today were relatives of the gunman. He was relatives of two retired RCMP officers. Police are not saying that they had anything to do or had any knowledge about what the gunman was about to do, but that they are witnesses as well and they're talking to them.
We know also, Preston, that this all started with an incident of domestic violence involving the gunman's girlfriend. The RCMP were specifically asked today whether the gunman was targeting women. What did they have to say about that?
Well, they walked back the phrase catalyst a little bit. Last week, or on Friday rather, RCMP said that encounter, that domestic assault, I should say, against his common law partner was potentially a catalyst. Now what they're saying is they don't want to leave the impression that misogyny was kind of a guiding force in what motivated the attacker, or that it's a guiding force in their investigation. Here is RCMP Superintendent Darren Campbell addressing that.
11 men died and 14 women. Far too many people had died, but it doesn't appear in terms of what we've seen that he was purposefully targeting women. It appeared as if he was just targeting individuals that either he knew or individuals for whatever reason that I don't think any of us will ever understand or comprehend, that when he came across those individuals, that he killed them. It's completely senseless.
Final note, Vashi, on the weapons. RCMP say that he had two automatic handguns. He had two long-barreled automatic rifles. RCMP agreed that at least one of those weapons they would describe as what we would refer to as military assault weapons. Vashi.
All right, thanks very much for the update, Preston. The CBC's Preston Mulligan from Halifax. Hi, I'm Vashi Capellos, host of Power in Politics. See more of our show by subscribing to the CBC News channel or click the link for another video.